Back again with another discussion. Yes, we are back talking about the characters that created us. We're calling it that mostly because we're not that creative, and that's what popped into our heads to start with. I say we because I have my good friend here, none other than T-Money spit in my mouth, Terry. How are you doing, Terry?
I like my introduction better this time. Spit in my mouth and spank my ass. What's up?
Okay, so we're back and we're talking about characters that built us in some manner, and we're going to elaborate on that. Last week we started kicking off the series with none other than the main man, Jack Burton, which was a pretty high bar to start with. But we're going to keep on chugging down the line, and Terry, who are we talking about this week?
John Matrix from Commando. Arnold Schwarzenegger, just the beefiest of all cakes.
Now, somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna pay.
Yes, so this is John Matrix from Commando. This is the 1985, I don't even say cult classic, just classic in general, Arnold movie. This is one of, if not, I don't know, would you say this is kind of a granddaddy of 80s action movies?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the one that I think of. This is the one that comes to mind, when I judge other action movies, like, do they live up to Commando? Commando and Predator, really. Commando is the backdrop for what they should be, for sure.
And it's definitely one of the most, if not the best, Arnold movies, but that's a long list of movies, and we're going to get to each of those characters as we go. If they were, instrumental in building us, they were. So, we're getting started with Commando, and this is going to be a little bit more of an interesting one because I am a huge Commando fan, as you are, but I don't think it's as high on my list as it is for you. So we're going to have a little more discussion about this and why you feel he's, such a pivotal character. So let's just go ahead and talk about the character in general. What are some of the characteristics that stand out to you about Mr. Matrix?
Muscles. They're monstrous. He leaves you confused. What do I really enjoy? No, Arnold's a beast, man. He's fucking cool. The whole movie is just one-liner after one-liner, and just these creative, dare I say, murders.
I don't think they're murders if they're in pursuit of his kidnapped daughter. So I mean, technically, as soon as the moment where they were like, we've got your daughter, and he looks out the window and they're driving down, the mountainside and says, now, you want to talk? No. And shoots him in the head. At that point, he's justified. Okay? Pretty much at declaring war against the tiny island nation of Valverde, I believe it is.
You don't even need to really get into it. It doesn't matter. That is a secondary detail.
That is one of the better things about 80s movies in general, let alone the Commando. I will say that I think Matrix, of anything, he's huge, of course. I don't know if this is this biggest Arnold? What movie do you think he may be biggest in?
Fuck, I don't know. He's pretty big in Terminator.
Other than Pumping Iron or something like that,
Conan, maybe? Man, maybe Conan just because you see it more. It's up front more. I understand Commando.
I think that's also... Yeah, plus that's straight out of, that's right. I think that was one of his first roles after, the first Terminator, though, you're right, too. But anyway, so you've got this mountain of a man, but then, you spend the first, I don't want to even give it 5 minutes, let's say 3 minutes after, you start to see the slaughter of his former team that you don't know about yet. You see the tender side, okay? So you show this is the nurturing. They never actually say anything about his mother, the mother of Alyssa Milano's
She's unneeded.
Character.
Look how sweet he is. You don't need a mother when you have a daddy like that.
I think you can milk them biceps, okay? That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
Definitely milk them pecs. They're just gigantic.
Yeah.
So he definitely, he shows his tender sides I kind of gets that out of the way at the beginning, okay? A little bit at the beginning, a little bit at the end, and you sandwich that in with all the action in the middle. And like you said, basically it is...
Carnage sandwich.
It's not murder. It's carnage, yes. This is carnage incarnate, almost. But I say the biggest thing that, Matrix has going for him, let alone the muscle size, is his tenacity and reckless abandon. I mean, that dude, from the moment go, as soon as he finds out that his daughter's gone, he's not methodically thinking about this. Maybe in the back of his head he knows he's either going to do this now or they're all dead. I'm thinking that's what it was. But as soon as it's go, shoots the other guy in the head. He pushes his truck, his Bronco or whatever it is, down the hill with no brakes or any sort of, steering really. And then just starts kicking ass. Mm-hmm. At every turn, at the moment that he gets, a slight thing put in front of him, he just bulldozes right through
That's what I love about it, man.
And keeps going.
Yep, that's what I love about the character. Like, I feel like an important aspect of the movie that needs to be focused on is that from the very beginning, right? They get him in the room and they're like, hey, you're going to cooperate with us, right? Wrong. Boom.
Right? Wrong.
Right from that moment, the bad guys are not in control anymore. They are not in control for the rest of the movie. And he is just in a direct beeline, just focused, right? Like, hey, no, we're getting to the end of the movie right now. And he basically does what they want him to do almost to an extent, just not the way they want him to do it. Like he ends up on the island anyway. And obviously he doesn't kill the guy that they're like, hey, go kill this dude. But man, just violent.
Okay, well, now here's a question. Is that the island that he's meant to go and usurp, or is that the island that the terrorists are on?
I don't know.
I've never actually thought about that.
Never thought about it.
Either way, he wreaks havoc on that the island.
I think it's safe to say the planet.
Well, this movie is awesome in the fact that there is actually a clock ticking down. He puts the timer with the sweet-ass sound effects, by the way. And then it's just a ticking time bomb until he's murdered all of them. From the get-go. We get to some of our quotes and favorite scenes, but, when he's talking to, I believe it's Sully, the little guy that, he was in so many 80s things. He was also in, The Crow,
he really
another fantastic movie. Yeah. He's in a lot of stuff. Yeah, we'll have to talk about him a little bit and see some of those lesser known. He was in Warriors, too, I think, the older movie.
Really? I did not know that.
Late 70s, early 80s.
He had to be young for
he was
that.
the one with the bottles on his hands. Clicking. Come out and play. Yeah. But there's literally that clock ticking, and he does talk to Sully, and, you're a funny guy. I kill you last. And he's not, he's kind of lying in that moment, but he's going to kill everybody. Yeah, he's...
Remember when I said I'd let you go? I lied.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
I lied. This is so good about that. So... what I think it really did is there's a bunch of movies that came out before this, but this was really one of the first ones, which is pretty much unmitigated testosterone. You even had things like, Conan, and you've had you had Rambo come out, I believe Terminator had already been out, something like that. So you've seen some big characters, but this is, let alone it's just supposed to be a normal person, normal-ish. It's Arnold, of course, but...
Yeah, the average man.
Unmitigated testosterone is this movie. Even from, you've had Dirty Harry, and you've had a bunch of westerns, and you've had all stuff like that, but then you come to this, which is the amalgamation of just, the workout craze that really started going and, pumping iron and getting things going to, let's just give them guns and let them go. And boy, howdy did they. And I think this was pretty much, we're not alone in that this is a lot of people's, maybe their first introduction to Arnold, maybe just one of their favorites when they think about, the bombastic 80s action flicks. So he's a solid character. Let's go ahead and talk about, do you have a favorite quote or scene?
Yeah, when he's sitting in the room and basically they're giving him an ultimatum and telling him he's screwed, right? You have to do what we say. And yeah, he's just dead ass wrong. And boom, right in the head. And then that sets the tone for the entire movie. It lets you know who you're dealing with, what you're about to watch. Because no, he's not gonna do what they want, and it's just a train wreck after that. And it's fantastic.
It literally is. It kind of... have you seen the new A-Team? You've seen that, right?
Yeah.
There's just one scene in that where they were talking about the best laid plans, and it's turns out when you put this guy in the middle of it with a rocket launcher, there you go, your best laid plans. And I feel like this is exactly what this movie is. It's literally we got these awesome plans. We set up everybody at the beginning. We started, getting his guard down so that they'd actually take us to where he is or whatever it may be. And then it's okay, yeah, but you forgot the fact that he's Arnold.
He'll do exactly as he's told.
Yep. And just goes to town on everybody. But I agree that the first scene, that when he starts going, it really just lets you know what's happening. I think one of my favorites, there's a bunch of favorites, so the whole ending where he literally is shooting non-stop for 15, 20 minutes maybe, something like that. Yeah, literally. I mean, he's just
yeah, there you go. Continue for 30 minutes.
To reloading,
second half
anything like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Reloading.
But I think it's actually the
No.
the fight scene he has with Bill Dukes, the other guy, the big black guy that he has from Predator. That is one of my favorite actors. That's in, I think he's in multiple movies with him. I think they were friends in real life, but their fight scene in the hotel is by far my favorite scene.
It's fantastic.
It's just got I mean, let alone they say the most testosterone in a fight, actually.
Literally says, yeah. These guys eat too much red meat.
These guys eat too much red meat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you got, I mean, in a hotel room that's got weapons all around.
And it's small. It feels confined. They did it on purpose, man.
When they just got to make room, and they just bust open walls, you know. It's literally one of the better scenes. It has some of the best one-liners in it, and I think even like some of my, maybe it's not my favorite quote, but one of them is, Green Berets gonna kick your ass. I eat Green Berets for breakfast, and I'm very hungry.
You scared, motherfucker? Well, you should be, because it's the Green Berets gonna kick your big ass.
I eat Green Berets for breakfast.
And right now, I'm very hungry.
And I think there was a couple crotch shots in there at the same time, and then throwing him through, and then gets impaled. You know, it's just a very solid scene. I think it kind of sums up the movie pretty succinctly. And I think that was also his hardest fight, if I'm not mistaken, throughout the whole movie.
It's really like, well, I mean, sure, at the end, Barrett.
Okay, yeah, but no. Bennett is not even a challenge. Okay,
Bennett,
this is after he's already killed literally 80 people. Okay, he's killed 80 people in this movie.
Okay, you're saying Fatigue had an
actual count.
Right, Fatigue had an issue.
Fatigue, it wasn't because Bennett. Okay, Bennett's my biggest problem with this movie, honestly. That man was not a good villain. I mean, he was a little over the top. I had read something that said he was like, oh, my character was Freddie Mercury on steroids. Except I think he forgot the steroids. You know, it was...
For real. Like, do you even lift at all?
Yeah, I was like, I also think he got the role later. Like, it was given to somebody else, and then they fired the other guy. So
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, he made do. I didn't go to the movie to see him.
No.
Okay, I went to see John Matrix.
You're getting old, John. And yeah, he's literally like peak jacked. Yeah, right.
All right, so we've talked a little bit about this. Now let's go ahead and start to give it our ranking, okay? So you want to go ahead and give us your number, or you want me to go?
I'm going to go solid 9, man. Solid 9. I don't think I'll ever give anything a 10. Just,
okay.
I mean, are we chasing perfection, you know? But I'll go 9, man. He's one of my favorite characters. It's one of my favorite movies. I can watch the director's cut and watch the springboard grenades or the dummies in front of the houses blowing up and just giggle like a little girl after she's ate way too much candy. It's fantastic.
Okay, so I can't fault you for anything that you're saying with that. And I think I kind of go with you on the 10. I mean, I don't think there's... I mean, if 10, it might have been Jack Burton. So I think, you know, you're always pursuing that.
You're always pursuing.
But for me, I think this one's probably going to be in the 7 category. And that's...
You're such a bitch. You're such a bitch.
Give me just a sec, okay? Let me explain. Now...
I don't know why I talk.
It's not because I don't like the movie. I love the movie.
No, it's because you hate me.
But honestly, well, no, that's absolutely partially true. That's probably about 30, 35.
The 3 points, yeah.
Commando is not my most favorite of Arnold movies in general, so I think that's going to leave me a little more wiggle room. I also, for as much as he is just a beef stick of a character, I don't really feel that there's too much more to him. He's got the one-liners. He's got his daughter that's, you know, there with Alyssa Milano. But the lines aren't very memorable. I love watching the movie, but I don't feel like he changed too much, or like I don't lend too much of my character to him.
There's not enough character. There's not enough character development for you. Oh, I understand. Unbelievable, dude.
Not development. I just don't know what his character is, other than go and kill. Which again is fine, and I do appreciate it. I gave him a 7 out of 10. Okay, 7 out of 10 is still really good. Okay, really good.
I mean, it's decent.
But I mean, if we're talking, Dutch, from Predator, for me is going to be higher. There's a litany of folks that within Arnold's realm that I think I'm going to end up putting a little higher than John Matrix.
That's a tough comparison for me. I don't know if I would put Dutch higher than Matrix.
Dutch has so many more good qualities to me. I mean, he's a thinker. He's got his team out there. He's planning things out. He's also very conniving and suspicious. You get a little suspicious from Matrix as well. Yeah, I'll give you that. But no, I mean, I really like John Matrix as a character. It's just he is the quintessential straightforward 80s action guy. So I mean, it's not bad. Again, 7's not bad. It's just not 9, but that's okay. So we average right at 8. See, the math is easy. It's on the screen right here. Easy math. Good for me.
Easy math. It'd be easier if you just said it was a 9 and then we just say it's 9. Whatever. That'd be the easiest math.
Yeah, but unlike John Matrix, I tell no lies, okay? And I just can't force myself to do that, okay? I can't do a 7 or 9 when clearly I'm feeling it's a 7.
So not only do you rate him low, but then you slander him and call him a liar.
He said he lied in the movie. Come on. He dropped Sully. I lied. It's a great line, though. It was a great line.
It was.
I don't know. I'll have to might have to rethink the 7. Maybe 7.5. 7, though. Okay, so for our next character, I'm going to throw at you a little Axel Foley from Beverly Hills Cop. And I'm thinking the first Beverly Hills Cop. I actually appreciate all 3 of them, even the third one, which is a little wonky, but I absolutely love Axel Foley. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right, so join us next time as we will be examining Axel Foley. Fun fact, actually, as I was researching Commando, which kind of led me down this rabbit hole, the mansion where they're doing all the shooting at the end of Commando is the same mansion where they did all the shooting at the end of Beverly Hills Cop. So, we got a little,
interconnectivity.
So we'll be checking that out next episode. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Let us know if you agree with, Terry. Is John Matrix a 9 on this?
Please.
Which he could be. I mean, he could be.
Please.
Or do you agree with me in that he's just kind of, he's really good, but he's, above average. Well above average. That sounds bad when I say it that way. 5 is average.
Yeah.
7 is still really good. 7 is still really
believe
good.
you.
It's fun. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button for us. That'd be fantastic. And as always, you're awesome. Terry?
See ya.
Peace out.